A hit and run leaves one student hospitalized. New developments on the driver accused of hitting him.
Digging up the dirt to heat the air above it. Find out which future dorms are home to students and sustainability.
And by that time we figured out that the cop was injured.
An injured officer, broken bones, and a student's felony assault charge this week on campus.
Hit and run on Lebanon Avenue between an Elon freshman and a woman already convicted of 4 misdemeanor deaths on the road.
We've got fresh facts tonight surrounding the incident.
Good evening, Elon. I'm Sophie Nielsen-Colding.
And I'm Ben Rungsitong. Robin Ragsdale, the woman charged with hitting Elon freshman Turiali Fazli, appeared in court this weekend. Ragsdale faces charges of felony hit and run as well as violating probation.
Her probation stems from a previous traffic accident that killed 4 people. David Hodges joins us live with more details on the case. David?
Ben and Sophie, it happened right here behind me. Elon freshman Turiali Fazli lying on the side of the road, the victim of a hit and run accident. Phoenix 14 was on the scene Wednesday, and now an arrest brings new information to the incident. The driver charged of felony hit and run on Lebanon Avenue made a court appearance today. Robin Stanfield Ragsdale is accused of driving away after striking Elon student Turiali Fazli while he was riding his bike to class. She could face up to 50 months in jail for the case. This isn't the first time Ragsdale has been involved in a vehicle-related accident. In 2008, she was convicted of misdemeanor death by a vehicle when she hit and killed 4 people on University Drive. Her license was suspended for 1 year, but she got it back in March of 2009. She's still serving 60 months probation from her last conviction. Fazli was flown to Duke Medical Center after the accident and is still being cared for there for several fractured vertebrae. But according to Dean of International Programs Woody Pelton, Fazli should be released today and could be back at Elon by the end of the week. I emailed with Elon police officer Candace Ripple about the case, and what she said was most shocking was the lack of eyewitness involvement. According to her, a person came upon Fazli and saw him lying helpless on the side of the road and then did nothing to help him. Elon Chief of Police Lavelle Lovett wants Elon students to be involved in help catching crime when it happens.
Give us the information to work on. We promise, we're not going to get you involved in something that may put you at risk. But please call, especially if you think someone's injured or sick or disabled in some way.
Chief Lovett also said there were several other people who witnessed the accident but didn't call police until after they received Smith-Jackson emails about the hit and run. A white sedan police originally thought was of interest in the case turned out just to be a witness who was in the area at the time of the accident, but then didn't call police until after she realized it was a big deal. Luckily, Turiali is doing just fine, but in the future, police always want you to call when you see crime happening. Live along Lebanon Avenue, David Hodges, Phoenix 14 News.
Safe Rides just got safer by making changes to the popular program. To increase the driver's safety, there must be 1 male and 1 female volunteer in each vehicle. New cell phones have also been added to the vehicles so drivers can directly contact other volunteers. Plus, a new phone room was added in Mosley. This room has helped Safe Rides increase their efficiency nearly 80% in the first 2 weeks of school. Student Director of Safe Rides, Earl Pope, had this to add about the policies.
So we're really excited about all these changes. We're really hoping to get more and more people, move people more efficiently, keep protecting this campus, because 1 life lost by anything, drinking, driving, whether they're just walking, whatever, we want to encourage people to use it.
To volunteer, email Earl Pope at saferides@elon.edu. Checking the Crime Watch tonight. An intoxicated student resisting arrest broke more than just the law last week. Kim Jackson joins us live in the studio with more. Kim?
A night out at Elon leaves 1 freshman with a felony charge and an officer on disability. Phoenix 14 spoke with an eyewitness who saw the scene unfold. An Elon University police officer is recovering after a physical fight with a freshman. Officer Paul Smith suffered a broken bone. He's worked with the police squad for the past 5 years, but last week he was in the hospital. The fight started in East Gym parking lot. Police tried to stop freshman Timothy Hayes for carrying an open container. Hayes was not cooperating. Evan Forshaw was at the scene and saw it happen. Here's what he saw.
And the whole time he was saying, I'm not drunk, why are you doing this? I'm not resisting arrest. And
Smith and Hayes fell to the ground when the freshman resisted arrest. This is what happened next.
we saw the cop rolling around, claiming that his knee was hurting or his leg was hurting. And so then by that time we figured out that the cop was injured.
Hayes is charged with underage consumption and possession of alcohol, 2 counts of resisting arrest, and 1 felony charge of assault on a law enforcement officer inflicting serious injury. Director of Campus Safety and Police Chuck Gantos advises Elon students to cooperate if they're approached by an officer. He says, quote, "This could have been a simple underage possession charge. Obviously now it's going to be a much more serious offense." Campus Safety and Police aren't sure when Officer Smith will be returning to work. According to Chief Gantos, it could be 4 to 8 weeks, depending on physical therapy.
Thanks, Kim. Dean of Student Life Smith Jackson released an email this afternoon about a weekend of egg throwing. One student was injured after being hit in the eye, and some off-campus parties fell victim to the attacks. Now an arrest has been made. 18-year-old Burlington resident Kevin Gussler is arrested in connection with the egg throwing, but witnesses say they saw several white males in a white Chevy Silverado. Check our website for more information as it becomes available at Phoenix14News.wordpress.com.
Spice. It's not just what you put in your food, it's also a form of synthetic marijuana that's been gaining popularity across the country. The substance is made from a combination of dried herbs and chemicals. It's marketed in stores as incense, but also comes in a smokable form. Clemson University professor Dr. John Huffman says, quote, "People who use it are idiots because of its different side effects," end quote. That's why several states, including Tennessee and Georgia, recently have taken steps to outlaw it. Now spice is banned from military bases like Camp Lejeune, but North Carolina State has not yet regulated the substance.
The word fruited is taking on a new meaning to residents of Danley H&M. Earlier this semester, students told an RA that there was a large, juicy mess around the doors of each building. Residents concluded that a fruit-throwing student, now known as the Fruit Bandit, is responsible for the sticky mess.
A large thump on our door, and we thought it was a knock. We came out to check it out. There was mass amounts of fruit and other gooey substances all over our door and all over the floor.
The bandit was caught and punished by Residence Hall officials, but still remains unidentified. Well, it may be hard to engrave your fruit, but with Elon's Operation ID, students can engrave their other valuables for free. Campus Safety and Police are offering students the chance to personalize their belongings. To get an engraving pen, students can stop by Mosley Commons on the 22nd, 23rd, 27th, and 28th between 5 and 8 p.m. If the engraved item is stolen, police can track it through its serial number.
A North Carolina Supreme Court case could mean an end to a police force at Elon. Our Mallory Lane joins us live from downtown. Mallory?
Thanks, Ben. Over the past several years, church-affiliated colleges across the state of North Carolina have been challenged to determine whether or not their college is considered to be a religious institution. If so, they are not allowed to have a police force on campus. I found out if Elon makes the cut. Flashing blue lights, radio calls.
27, North Carolina.
What was once a typical night for Elon campus police could now be jeopardized by the North Carolina State Supreme Court. A new ruling is pushing to keep the church and state separate, meaning church-affiliated colleges can't have their own police force.
There's a very fine line there.
The potential change has some college institutions on their toes.
Duke, as I understand it, is getting ready to be challenged.
And others already without a police force on campus.
Pfeiffer gave theirs up willingly.
Just a year and a half ago, Elon was challenged by the courts too.
Based upon that criteria, it was determined that Elon was not a religious institution, but a private educational facility. And as a result of that, we were able to keep our police department.
Elon's Director of Campus Safety and Police, Chuck Gantos, says because we were founded under the United Church of Christ, our luck could have run out.
If we would have been challenged in probably the 70s or early 80s, it would have been very close.
Since Elon was reestablished as a university and disaffiliated from the church, losing our police force is a lot less likely. Every day, campus police and security guards work around the clock to provide security to our students across campus. The possibility of losing our law enforcement is troubling, but for now,
Business is normal. Doesn't affect us.
there's always a possibility for Elon to be challenged again in the future, but under the new standards set by the court, losing our campus police force is not likely. Live in downtown, Mallory Lane, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mallory. North Carolina's unemployment rate is continuing to improve according to the state's Employment Security Commission. Unemployment fell below 10% last month. This is an improvement from February when unemployment rates were more than 11%. But now North Carolina's rate is higher than the national figure at 9.6%, and it has been since 2008. Nearly 14,000 jobs were added to the job market in August.
Still to come on Phoenix 14 News.
The milk in your mug is changing. Find out where it's coming from next.
Elon battled Richmond this weekend. See how they did and find out who broke an Elon record later in sports.
Elon University supported a local business when Irazu Coffee Shop replaced the zone. Jasmine Spencer reports on how Irazu is now doing the same for another local business.
Got milk? Irazu does, but not from its usual supplier. Pet Milk used to supply the coffee shop in Mosley until they raised their prices by 66% earlier this month. Irazu owner Rod Salazar purchases 60 to 70 gallons of milk a week, and the price increase from Pet would be too much to pay. The solution? Irazu Coffee Shop now gets their milk only 20 miles away from campus, here in Julian, North Carolina, at Homeland Creamery, family owned and operated for 6 generations. The local switch has not changed the drink prices at Irazu. Elon students are happy to know the milk in their cups is supporting a local creamery, and it's all natural.
Personally, I'm all for it. I mean, why not? I don't know if it's going to taste better or not. I'm going to presume it does because it probably has less preservatives, so that's probably cool.
Milk from local farms uses a more natural pasteurization process without preservatives. Co-owner Terry Bowman says compared to larger corporations, the result is a healthier and finer flavor.
We do it the old-fashioned way. It's called vat pasteurization. Other places like Seal Test Pet and, other conglomerations, they that sort of mass produce it, so they just want the quickest way to get it out and delivered.
Products from Homeland Creamery support the effort of sustainability and improving the economy, a value both Elon and Salazar share.
I really like that. I like the concept of supporting local businesses.
Local businesses like Homeland Creamery, whose farmers give students coffee, a farm-fresh taste. Jasmine Spencer, Phoenix 14 News.
Irazu is one of 70 businesses Homeland Creamery supplies in the Piedmont Triad area. The creamery also supplies cheese and ice cream.
Now, Aramark is not only feeding you, but also the community. Aramark gave the university a $50,000 gift to start Campus Kitchen. The project is a partnership between Aramark and the Kernodle Center. It will start this semester and provide meals to the Allied Churches of Alamance County. Allied Churches is a non-denominational organization that works with homeless and disadvantaged people in our area. This year also marks the 50th anniversary of Aramark services on Elon's campus. The project is in need of leadership. Applications are due this Friday by 5 p.m. in Mosley. To find out more, visit the Kernodle Center website or contact the program coordinator, Holly Anderson, at handerson7@elon.edu. The value of a meal swipe is not what you may think. A meal swipe at Octagon will now get you 2 slices of pizza. Last year, it could just get you 1. The plan won't include a slice of pizza and a side salad, however. Another change, Boar's Head sandwiches are now only 1 meal swipe at the Fountain Market in Colonies. Last year, they were 2.
Elon's campus store is improving the lives of Dominican Republic employees just by selling clothes. Alta Gracia, which means high grace, works to achieve a high standard of living for its workers. This Dominican Republic apparel company pays employees more than minimum wage and allows a workers' union. Now Alta Gracia offers men's and women's t-shirts and sweatshirts to the campus store.
We liked their mission, like other companies we have dealt with. They had a good mission, and so I think we wanted to put our best foot forward and really give them a try.